Welcome to the conversation. I'm Nubu Toe. The conversation. We had a chance to bring different candidates who are running for mayor. And so we're going to continue doing that during this conversation. We have a special guest, first time to the political scene. We have Carina Mompelas. Am I saying your last name correctly?
Yes.
So, first of all, thank you for coming on to the podcast. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
So, we had a chance to talk to different candidates about different issues and different platforms. But what I always like to say before I even go into the interview is tell us about yourself. So you're kind of new to the political scene.
Yeah.
So for people who don't know you, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so first, well, you already said my name, but my name's Carina Mompelas. I study political science. I've lived in Brockton for 16 years, basically all my life. I'm 23 years old. I'm a super minority, and I'm running for a major position. That's about it.
Awesome. One thing I really enjoy about this race more than others, I'm seeing, the diversity in the politics, between yourself, Jean Pereira, Jean Brantley, Darren Court, just the diversity of people running. I think it's very exciting for the city.
It is.
So it's a good mixture of youth and experience, so I think it's really healthy for politics. So why did you decide to run for mayor? There's a lot of different positions, school committee, city council. You went for the top for the mayor. So talk about that decision-making process.
Well, the thing is, the way I see it is, why not? I'm ready to make a difference, and I know that a lot of people say start small, but if I have the opportunity to go big, why not go big? Go big or go home, right? The thing is, me being a super minority, and I'm not afraid of owning it. I'm black, I'm a woman, and I'm 23 years old. It's hard to be in a room. It's not to say hard, but when you're in a room full of, pretend I were to run for a city council at large, your voice gets belittled a lot because you're not I don't know how to explain it.
You're not the voice.
Exactly.
Yep.
So I feel like me going for mayor, I'll be able to implement more of the changes that I want to see in Brockton and that the people want to see, because we've been on the decline for a while now, and I just think that me being mayor is going to bring a lot of change to the city. So I'm ready to make a difference.
Now, it's all good candidates who are running, and I always ask every candidate, what separates you from the rest? Why should they vote for you?
What separates me from the rest? Okay, so I think it's pretty obvious what separates me, but aside from that, I think it's also the fact that I've never been in a political office. I'm running because I want change to happen, and I feel like some of my opponents have been in office. They had the opportunity to make a difference and they didn't. So why not take a chance on something new? I'm new to the table, and I'm ready to fight. I'm determined, and I have this willpower inside of me to just improve a lot of things that have been going wrong in the city. And it's not about a title, because I'm 23 years old. We have to remember that I could be traveling. I just canceled a trip to Jamaica, which I was really excited about.
Oh man,
I know.
I wouldn't have done that.
But there's a time that you have to step outside of yourself,
right,
outside of the bubble that you're in, and realize that maybe it's not about you. Maybe it's really about the differences that you can make in other people's lives, make somebody else's life better. And the fact that I go and you see a lot of homeless people on the street, you see the education, you see Brockton has one of the highest dropout rates. All these different things, they affect me because I have 3 little brothers, and I don't want them to grow up in a community. In a community like this, where we're failing our youths, we're failing our homeless people, we're failing those who are struggling with the addiction disease. So I don't feel like enough has been done for them in the past years. And really what's been happening is it's been getting worse. So the thing is, instead of giving these people that were in politics, these politicians, another chance to do more of nothing, why not give someone new like me, who's very determined to make a difference, a chance to do so? Because I do feel like Brockton needs a change, like a big change.
It's funny because I think that it's now. I think I'm 30, and we're kind of this millennial generation where we want change right now, and it's kind of like this new wave of politics. We even talk about the Nationals with the squad. Just right now we need change. So it's I think I see that in you of let's not wait no more. Let's actually implement the change.
Exactly.
And I know that you're saying that you're not a politician. you're fresh to the game, so you know you won't be swayed by outside things. What got you into politics? You said you majored in political science. What kind of got you into that? What school was it?
Well, UMass Boston, and I got into politics because I feel like people in politics have a chance to. They affect so many people's lives. You have the president, you have state representatives, you have Senate. Their decisions impact a whole community, a whole country. So the thing is, the fact that I can have the opportunity to just help people in general is because I want to be a voice for people, because I am a really good listener, a really good listener, and I'm very empathetic.
Why is that so important to be a good listener? I mean,
because,
in politics.
Because the thing is, if you're not listening, then you're not really representing the people. Because I think being a leader is about listening to other people's ideas, listening to their struggles, listening to their pain, and just empathizing with them and feeling this thing inside you of wanting to help them so badly. And the thing is, every time I meet someone that's struggling, every time I meet someone that's suffering, I carry this burden with me, because I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm too small to help them. And I just want to bring awareness to all of them and be able to help them on a bigger scale. And just like, it's one thing to help one person, but I can't just help. I want to help all of them. And me being in the position that I'm right now, I'm able to help a few. But me being mayor, I'll be able to help multiple people. And that's why I'm running.
So let's talk about that. You know, if you're fortunate to get into office, when you start in January, what would be priority number one?
Priority number one for me is definitely education, because I feel like Brockton used to be highly ranked nationwide. Now it's one of the lowest in Massachusetts, and that hurts. I feel like we're not really investing. Most of the schools are outdated. We're not really. I feel like we're first. Okay, let me like bring this back in, because I feel like I can go on and on about this, but
we got time.
Okay, good. Because first you have the No Child Left Behind Act. I don't feel like it's being implemented in Brockton, because you have 40 kids, one teacher, and most of those kids have different learning styles. So when you have 40 kids and 20 of them have different learning styles in the way that the teacher is teaching them, then 20 of them most likely will fail. And it's not because they're failing on their own, it's because the system is failing them. But then at the end, we end up passing them with a D- because we want to take them off our plates. And then we're not preparing them for the outside world. We're not preparing them for college. Even most of the middle schools don't even give, what do you call it, homework anymore. And it's just, I feel like they're saying, if we challenge you, there's a big possibility that you're not going to make it. So let's not challenge you. And that's a problem, because every step of the way, these kids should be challenged. They should be prepared to enter high school. They should be prepared to go into college. And as mayor, I want to build a Brockton. It's going to be called Brockton Recreational Center, and there's going to be a floor that's going to be. It's going to have tutoring. There's going to be a music department. There's going to be a department that's going to be for. I'm going to try to partner up with Best Buddies, because I used to volunteer with them for about 5 years, and it's basically partnering up with a child that's mentally disabled, and you're just giving them a friend. You're hanging out with them once a month, and I'll partner up with them so that we can have a department for mentally challenged and special need kids, so that. I don't know, they can feel like they're part of something, and they're not just... They can feel welcome. They can feel welcomed, and we're providing them with more activities, educational things, because I have this lady, she said to me, well, they graduated my son, he's special needs, after 4 years of high school. 4 years. Most of them usually go on for 6 years or even longer. He didn't even know his alphabet. But what baffles me is the fact that this guy can have a conversation with you. So he'll be like, hey, what's up? What are you doing? So I was having a whole conversation with him, and I was just so shocked that he did not know his alphabet. So how is he graduating out of Brockton High School without knowing his alphabet? And that bothered me, that frustrated me, and I just felt like something was not being done right. And all these things have to change, because it's just, for me, it's even Brockton standard classroom, most of them don't get textbooks. Only honors classes do. What are we doing with the money that we're being provided? This money is obviously not being allocated the right way for kids not to get something basic such as textbooks, And it's all these little things, they add up to dropout rates. They add up to a lot of kids not being able to go on to college. they affect these kids' futures. So that's why I want people to know that it's imperative that you make the right decisions today, because the decisions that you make today impact Brockton for years to come. It impacts these kids, and it's just like we need to be mindful that this is not about us anymore. This is about the future generation. And if we're not helping them, then Brockton maybe in a couple years won't be something that we'll be able to recognize. It'll just be, I don't know.
Investing in the future is a big thing for you. I mean, education is a big soft part for me.
It is.
I'm in education. I'm a teacher myself, so that's very passionate. You're not that far removed, from the actual high school and college realm. So I think that's definitely an asset that you could bring to the city. We got about a few minutes left. Just anything I didn't mention that you want people to know about you. I read your story. I think you have a very powerful story. You're a fighter. You're a fighter just coming from things that you've gone through in your younger years till now. I think it's a beautiful story. What are some things that you want to say to the listeners out there that they don't know about you? Make a final pitch. Why should they vote for you on the 17th?
Okay, so on the 17th, I think that you guys should vote for me because I care. I genuinely care. I'm not here just to be mayor, because there's no point of being mayor if you're not able to help other people. There's no point of being a leader if you're not actually helping your followers. So the thing is, I think that you should vote for me. Because that's a really tough question, because it's just, I can tell you exactly who I am. I can tell you I'm trustworthy. I can tell you that when I say something, I mean it. I can tell you that I keep my promises. But you don't know that. They don't know me enough to trust that I'll keep my promises. But all I'm asking is that you just take a chance on me, because I'm ready to make a difference in our community, for our youths, for you guys out there. You have the crime rate that's up there. You have the homelessness, by the way, went up by 6% in 1 year. I think people should know that, and that's really sad. So you have all these different things that are going on in our city, and I think that just, why not vote for something new? Because I think we're all tired of trying the same thing and expecting different results. And I think if you vote for some of the other candidates, you'll be trying the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And the truth is, we all know that you're not going to get those different results, because they've been in office and they did not do anything that you wanted them to do. And just seeing them out there taking pictures with people, it doesn't mean that they care for the community, because at the end of the day, what was happening in the past couple years? Why didn't we see you in the community taking pictures then? And all of a sudden that election is here, then you're taking pictures. So it's just like, I just want people not to fall for the tactics, these political schemes that we've fallen for multiple times in the past. It's time for us to just step out of this bubble that we're constrained in, and realize that this world is bigger than taking a picture with someone. It's bigger than taking a picture of you giving money to someone. It's about your heart. It's about what you do behind the scenes. And I'm a behind the scenes person. You don't see me on social media a lot. I'm not a big social media person. And I think helping the community, most of the time it's not seen, and the fact that it's being advertised and it's being used as part of a campaign just looks so ungenuine to me. So I just want people to be aware and just vote for someone new, which is me, because I'll make a difference. And I promise you, I'll fight, because I'm a fighter. I've fought my whole entire life. I've never stopped fighting for what I want, for people. And
well, I think that's a good pitch right there. That's dynamite. And I think at your young age, continue to keep fighting, because one advantage that we have, I'm gonna say I'm young too, 30. Jay-Z says 30 is the new 20, so I'm gonna say that we have time. We have time, so continue to fight. So I want to thank you for being on the conversation. Remember, you got to vote. If you don't vote, then don't complain. September 17th is the primary. Wish you the best, and good luck in the rest of the campaign.
Thank you so much.
All right.